That's a good way to put it, you know, because I have always said that I'd rather a player coach team, but I think everybody has to go through where you have those situations. You know, I think since I brought up Kentucky, I might talk to John, because last year, you know, as good as those freshmen were, he had two upperclassmen, junior and senior, that really, when you listen to him talk, he talks strong about them, and he also talked about Gilchrist, who was, I guess, an incredible leader for a freshman, you know, as far as an energy guy. So maybe that's a good way to put it. I in no way, shape, or form condemn the job Nick or Bird did. Do I think we have great leadership? No, I don't. I don't think we have great leadership. Do I still think we have great chemistry and all that? Yes, I do. So maybe more of that does fall on me and should fall on me. And that is one of the adjustments I'll make. You know, after these 2 games, I'll get to do what I do every year after 3 or 4 games. You know, we're usually always playing a couple of real good teams in that first 5. And you can really look at what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. You know, because there's, you know, you talk about what's easier. It is easier to play less talented teams. It's safer, but it doesn't necessarily give you the right perspective. And I think I can always have a decent perspective. What really works is my players. You know, if they're beating up on somebody, you know, what is their perspective? And we'll go back to that common Dick Vitale thing. What is more important, competition or confidence? This day and age, confidence is becoming more and more important because we have a wimpier society, if you ask me. You know, and it's, so confidence is more important. I just don't want to coach a team. I got to worry about their confidence more than I got to worry about their toughness. And I had an interesting deal on the way back. You know, I thought I'd sleep for 7 of the 9 hours, but I probably slept for 2 of the 9 and watched some tape of our game again, and then I watched a lot of tape of Kansas. But then Jay Billis is writing a book on leadership and on toughness, and I read it's not a copy yet, but it's a rough draft, I guess, would be considered. And it, you know, I got off that plane, I was smiling from ear to ear, because everything that was said in there by the greatest coaches that ever coached is exactly how I felt about my team, as far as my philosophy on what's got to be done to win championships, not games. And even talking narrow, some people, you know, can do some things to win a lot of games, but whether I built the monster, whether I feed the monster, whether I do whatever with the monster, it doesn't matter, because it's what I feel myself. I still want to be better in the end of February, March, and I still think that we'll benefit from that game a lot. Will we lose a little confidence? Yeah. Yeah. Will we not feel as good about ourselves? Yeah. Those things are all going to be true, but I think in the long run, we're going to benefit. We were able to tell them, this is what a turnover. In fact, watching the film of them, every turnover that led to a layup, I said that was a game coster. And what do you mean? You know, I look at that game, we lost by 2. We followed them with 2.4 seconds left or something, so they could make 2 free. It was a 2-point game. 1 layup makes a difference in the game. And guys got to learn that early. They got to realize that early, and I don't think you can do that when you're by 25. So probably until I'm done, you're going to see some kind of schedule that's like this. And would it be nicer if you had a couple more days to prepare for the next game? I mean, all those things are nice, they just don't happen